Marvel's Avengers: Infinity War raked in a massive $250 million, £182 million, in the US in its first weekend, becoming the biggest domestic opening of all time. Not only that, but it also became the biggest worldwide opening of all time, earning an eye-watering $630 million, £459 million, across the globe. Avengers co-creator Stan Lee, 95, helped transform Marvel from a small publishing house into a giant media corporation. The comic book genius is responsible for creating many well-known superheroes, including Daredevil and Spider-Man, together with other artists. How much is Stan Lee worth? Despite being credited with creating many superheroes for a company which was sold to Disney for $4 billion, £3 billion, in 2014, Stan's net worth is not quite as shocking as you would think. Stan's net worth is an estimated $50 million, £36.4 million. According to Celebrity Net Worth. He reportedly has a comfortable salary of $1 million, £700,000, from Marvel every year for life. Stan, who was the former head of Marvel Comics, was often asked how much he earned from his many years with the company. After the Disney deal, Stan was asked by Playboy if he would receive a Tony Stark-like helicopter. But the comic book genius pointed out that he is not as wealthy as some may think. He said, "My daughter was looking at the internet the other day and read that Stan Lee has an estimated $250 million. I mean, that's ridiculous. I don't have $200 million. I don't have $150 million. I don't have $100 million or anywhere near that." Stan was often compared to the likes of Star Wars creator George Lucas, who currently has a net worth of $5 billion, £3.6 billion, according to Forbes. However, Stan is nowhere near that amount. Stan said, "George Lucas did it all by himself. He came up with the ideas. He produced the movies. He wrote and directed them and held the rights to the merchandising. It was all his. In my case, I worked for the publisher. If the books didn't sell, the publisher went broke, and a lot of publishers did go broke." He explained that working at Marvel, he was happy enough to get a nice paycheck and be treated well. "I always got the highest rate, whatever Martin Goodman paid another writer. I got at least that much. It was a very good job. I was able to buy a house on Long Island. I never dreamed I should have $100 million or $250 million or whatever that crazy number is. All I know is I created a lot of characters and enjoyed the work I did, with some help from his uncle." Stan became a comic book publisher in 1939 for Timely Comics, which eventually became Marvel. Eventually the writer was promoted to writing comic books, and was asked to come up with a new series that would rival DC Comics' Justice League of America. Stan came up with his first group, the Fantastic Four, in the 1960s. After achieving great success, he became the face of Marvel Comics in the 1970s. Stan created many fictional characters. For example, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Doctor Strange and the X-Men, in collaboration with several other artists, including Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. He worked at Marvel for over 65 years as editor-in-chief, and later publisher and chairman. He left to become Marvel's chairman emeritus and member of the editorial board. Stan also has a cameo in each Marvel film, to the glee of all the comic universe's fans.